Divide fractions. We divide fractions by multiplying by the reciprocal. So let's look at how we do this. Example 1. A circuit is fused for a 4 horsepower motor. Then the assembly line is redesigned for 2/3 horsepower motors. How many 2/3 horsepower motors can the existing fused circuit carry? So we have 4, and we need to divide it by 2/3 in order to see how many motors we have for this. So when we divide, we multiply it actually by the reciprocal. So this actually becomes 4 times, and then we take the reciprocal of the second number, so 3/2. And now we can go ahead and multiply. Except we can go ahead and put this over 1, and then we can reduce if there's anything. So we have a common factor of 2 here and a 2 here. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now we don't have anything else to do, so we can go 2 times this 3, which is equal to 6. And 1 times 1 is just 1. So we get 6 motors. So that would be our solution to this problem. Now let's do another example. Example 2. A circuit is fused for 8 horsepower motor. The assembly line is redesigned for 1/3 horsepower motors. How many 1/3 horsepower motors can the existing fused circuit carry? So we have 8 horsepower motor, and we need to divide it by 1/3 to see how many can be on this circuit. So how we can then do this division is we can go 8, and then we can multiply it by its reciprocal, which is 3/1. We can put this 8/1. So now we have 2 fractions being multiplied. So we multiply the top together, and then we multiply the bottom together. So 8 times 3 is equal to 24. 1 times 1 is 1. So we're left with just 24 motors for this. Now let's do another example. Example 3. Solve and reduce. So we have 1/3 divided by 8/6. So how we do this is we change this division into multiplication as we take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So we put it 6/8. So when we do that, we can now first look for any common factors. So we see a 3 here and a 6 here. So this becomes a 1, and this becomes a 2 as we divided each number by 3. Now we can go ahead and multiply the top together, and then we can multiply the bottom together. So we get 1 times 2, which is 2. Now we have 1 times 8, which is 8. Notice we did not finish reducing because 2 and 8 are both even, so this can be further reduced. So we can reduce each one by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this would be our solution to the problem. Now let's do one final example. Solve and reduce. 7/9 divided by 6/11. So we have 7/9. We change division into multiplication by taking the reciprocal of the second number. Now let's go ahead and multiply. So we have 7 times 11, which is 77, and 9 times 6 is 54. And the reason why we just went ahead and multiplied is that we do not have any common factors as we have in between the top and the bottom.